Low energy, unfocused, foggy? You might be dehydrated. Whether it's hot yoga, over 100-degree weather, or too much sun. Gatorlight, with a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes, was scientifically designed to help move fluids into the body faster for rapid rehydration. Shop now at retailers nationwide. Gatorlight hydrates faster than water. Is it in you? Symptoms noted are signs of mild to moderate dehydration. Consult a healthcare professional if symptoms persist.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach. A trip to the state fair. And a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged. I'm so happy you decided to join us. Before we get started today, I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shoe machine in the market. I've said this multiple times. We own 3 of them. I want a 4th and a 5th. My AAD's listening to me, but they're so great. They work so well. They're so easy to set up. I think my record is 37 seconds or 32 seconds to set it up. But mention Coach Unplugged, they'll give you $450 off. Mention Coach Collins, they'll take really good care of you. And also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. This is a one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It's everything you need from a nationally ranked. We won 3 state titles. I think we were just talking recently. We've won over 460 games in our program and lost 130 over the last 20 years. And I think we know the secret sauce to be successful, the roadmap, what it takes on and off the court. So go over and check it out and enjoy the podcast. Bye. All right. Welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. Coach. How are you?
Your Cubs shirt on today. Just saw that.
Cubs, a little bit of
What's the hat?
Middlebury.
Middlebury. Yeah, there we go.
Now that my son's an employed person, so that's good.
He's paying you back for college, right? That was the deal. Is that...
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. I had a thought. My daughter just graduated from high school, and she's getting money handed to her, and I'm like, money handed to her for laying out in the sun and complaining about not doing her chores and going to school for a few hours. Why is she getting money for all that hard work she did? I'm like, what about me? I'm the one who's now I got to pay.
This is not a financial.
Of course, I'm kidding.
Podcast, but if she has a job, she should put all that money into a Roth IRA.
It's funny you said that. We just talked about that. She brought it up. Fine, I'm like, because I say it all the time to the kids, and she goes, "What do you think I should do? Should I put this in a Roth?" And I'm like, "Are you being serious right now?"
My son's 23. My son's 23.
Yeah, she wants to do that.
He has a substantial amount at 23 already.
Yeah, so does my son, because he did it early and he's been putting money into it and he's maxing it out. And I'm like, dude, good for you.
And then you get to be my age, you can even catch up. So
well, I told them, they joke about it with me. Like, yeah, see, if we put this birthday money into a Roth and we just add a little bit every year, we could retire by the time we're 35. All right, being sarcastic. I'm like,
you never know. Maybe.
Never know.
All right. What do we have to talk about? Let's talk about our webinar, Coach.
Yeah, coaches, go check out aihoopscoach.com. We're going to teach you about a new product that came out on the market, but you got to sign up to see what it is. It's an alternative to Huddle, but we think is a little bit better. It's using AI to break some film down. So go check it out. If you in the market looking to change, looking for a Huddle alternative that's a little bit less expensive, aihoopscoach.com. Sign up for the webinar. And Steve is going to show you how to use it. And we have a special guest coming on the show that he'll be interviewing.
Guest.
So,
Mr.
Guest, because we don't want to give it away, right? We want to surprise you. Get in there. Don't want you to have, go in with,
Buyer's remorse. Don't regret that you didn't come.
exactly. So,
All right.
and it's free. It's free.
And it's
So
free.
the
Free is
webinar's
good.
free.
Free is good. I like free. I like free.
Product's not free, but the webinar's free.
There you go. You're gonna learn a lot. Never know.
We'll have coaches on there,
Yeah.
live, and they're going to be asking questions, and
Yeah.
aihoopscoach.com.
Yeah. Say that one more time, coach.
aihoopscoach.com.
All right.
Hoops coach.
Hoops. Hoops. Teach hoops. Coaching youth hoops. We like hoops. All right. So today we're talking about screen time.
We are. I found this fascinating study on how screen time impacts the basketball brain. So
I
it
think it
goes into
affects the brain from a high school teacher, affects the brain a lot. I think one of the biggest, and you made me look at the study before we came on, even though I didn't necessarily want to, because I feel like I live this 24/7. Um, is is sleep, I think, is a huge thing. I know it talked about sleep.
Mhm.
I've noticed it with me when I try to when I if I'm able to turn off before bed, it helps. I think it's that white light or that,
Yeah,
stimulation in your brain that really can kind of affect that that melatonin and that ability to fall asleep for sure.
for
Um,
sure. Yeah,
and it's like anything. It's like, what is an athlete? An athlete is, their performance. They're a machine, right? What are you putting into the machine? How are you treating the machine? Um, all of those things can affect it. And if you're not, again, we're in a technology boom right now, but what happens to the brain when it gets overstimulated? A lot of things, I think. And I think sleep disruption is a huge one.
yeah, definitely. And I want to make sure I give credit to Dan Bardo, who created the report. He's a head of player development at IMG Academy. But yeah, no, the report goes on to talk about dopamine overstimulation, gray matter reduction, right? That's the critical thinking areas of the brain. Sleep, as you mentioned, and emotional reactivity, so heightened response to minor frustrations. Um, anyway, I'm assuming, Coach, over the last 30 years of teaching, so you were in the classroom when there was no phones, and now in the classroom with phones, that student 20 years ago is different than the student today from that matter.
That could be the funniest thing I've heard. And yeah, yes, substantial. They're addicted. They're addicted.
Yeah.
They're addicted.
What do you
Um,
do as a teacher? Like, what's your rules as a teacher? And then let's talk about your rules if you have rules I'm assuming you do, right? Coaching perspective.
well, the phones never come in the gym, so I don't ever really have an issue with
So they're not
them.
in because they go to their locker room, they put their phones in there. Okay.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
never in
Okay.
the
Yeah.
gym, which is
Okay.
good.
That's
And I
easy.
tell
Yeah.
and I've told you that we do prior to practice, we do a desensitize, close your
That's
eyes, take
true.
3
That's
breaths
right. Yeah.
to try to shift them out of that. It's literally like
Mhm.
because they're always looking, always responding, TikTok, Instagram, blah blah blah, blah, respond
Yeah,
to
that dopamine they're
it's a
losing. Dopamine
dopamine
hits.
overload. So
Yeah.
that's part of the reason I think I love coaching so much. Is it's and I tell them it's even if you did poorly on the test or something, um, it's one of those times that you can turn it off. Classroom's a different story. We have phones away, but I teach seniors, so I don't harp too much. Um,
Okay.
and they definitely come out and they're definitely seen and they definitely have to go to the restroom, quote unquote, to get their responses. um Personally, it should be banned in every school in the US. There shouldn't Phones should not be allowed, period. Done. That's my
Hmm.
presidential campaign right there. If anybody would like to write me in or run my campaign for president of the United States, that would be one of my cornerstones of no phones in schools. And it's a
Yeah.
bipartisan thing, actually. Um, I think Texas and Florida both ban them, and they're politically different states in
Hmm.
a lot of
Interesting.
respects. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so
Well, and I think again, I know this report was done on basketball, but obviously can be it's any sport because that doesn't matter. The report's talking about slower reaction time because of it, right? And there's just ripples effect. You were talking about sleep when you're sleep deprived, right? There's those issues as well. There's memory issues. Um, so not recalling the play you're supposed to be run and just being reduce motivation to want to go to game or try harder. It's fascinating, right? Just that. And it's because of, the dopamine hits that's happening that continuous scrolling, always got to be connected, see what your friends are up to. Right. It's that just, but I mean, obviously as coaches now we have limited, I guess, time with the kids, or we have, there's only so much we can do, um, to put rules around it. Of course, nothing in the gym, but let's talk about okay, well, this report was going on, some solutions turn it off 20 minutes before practice. What about on the bus to a game or bus home from a
Or
game?
well, we don't allow them like pregame or when they're sitting together in the stand. Like all that stuff is no phones. Focus on the game. You're watching what the other team's doing, all that kind of stuff. I think the
Hmm.
more opportunities, kids like the not phone thing. When, it's easy for us to be the heavy or the, you know, blame coach or bitch about
Right.
coach, but
Yeah.
I've had multitude of postseason exit saying love that coach. Like when we go on road trips and stuff, or go out to dinner, we'll have them throw them in a bucket, and we're just gonna have dinner. We're all gonna talk. We're gonna just have time together, and then I'll give you your phones back when we come back. Um,
Yeah.
so anything like that you can do, I think is really important for their long term. And it's like I feel like we should take them on camping trips, teach them how to make a s'more. Like seriously, like I always tease that some of them would like last like 3 minutes in the woods, but I think some of that is good. Some of that unplugging is good. I have a hard
Yeah.
time. I'm an adult and I have a hard time doing it.
Yeah.
But usually when I'm fishing, I'm pretty good about it. So
Well, let's bring that down because you're doing high school. You have more control, right? Again, as a coach who is coaching grade school kids, middle school, grade school, okay, fewer phones, but still there's phones. They have phones. Seventh, eighth grade definitely has phones and it's getting younger and younger. Um, I definitely, you got to keep your phones away before practice, even after practice when, quote unquote, it's their own time. I want them to socialize with their friends. They're, changing their shoes. They're just sitting around talking, right? They're looking up. That's important. There's little things that we can do if we're, again, if you're traveling to a game, put your phone, parents
right.
encourage them to put their phones away. If you're carpooling, put your phones away, right? Talk to one another in the car. And again, I've been parent, easier said than done, right? Even my daughter, the other day we were all just talking as a family and she couldn't keep off her phone for more than 10 minutes
No,
and
I
she'd pick
know.
it back up, right? And then well, it's like I have to take it away if she's 18 years old, right? Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
and again, this is a side note, nothing about basketball, but I worry about the iPad kids that are coming through.
oh,
The, you
so
know,
bad.
it's different than
Yeah.
when we used to let our kids watch Sesame Street or, Phineas and Ferb, and then you turn the TV off and say, go play outside. I mean, our kids aren't that young, but your daughter's kind of like in my daughter, but your son and my
Right.
son are in the similar thing. They don't have, and part of that might be boy girl. I don't know. I don't know the science behind it, but I think they were just on that verge of TV off, blah blah blah, go outside and play, da da da.
Yeah. Right.
Um,
Right.
so
Yeah.
I'm worried about this next one because you go out to dinner, you see
Oh my
that, you
God.
see couples that they're on their phones the whole time, and then the second thing is you see,
Yeah.
a young family and the two young kids have iPads and they're watching like Bluey or whatever it is. I don't know. That's past me, but
Yeah, so they don't learn how to behave at a
and
restaurant.
I
You can have
think
them a pacifier, right?
and as
That's an
coaches, youth
iPad.
coaches and high school coaches, one of the huge things that and I'm gonna in an hour and some minutes, I'm gonna be in the gym with my guys working out. And I communication is such a big thing. And
Yeah,
learning to talk and learning to communicate on the court, off the court, it's gotten harder on the court. It is something I've preached to my son for a really long time about networking. You know this.
yeah.
Think about your wife's job. It's like it's all about networking.
Hmm.
It's like who do you know? How do you know it? Like there's people that are working for my brother. They got jobs because they were in the right spot. Knew me, knew my brother. Blah blah blah. There you go. And now you're working at a VC. It's
Yeah,
kind of like it's networking. It's not like there's not other qualified people in the world,
right.
but you're going to pick the apple that you can see rather than
And
going through the
if
whole
it comes from
orchard.
a trusted referral, right, then you're going to
Right.
give that person, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, learning how to communicate, learning how to
Talk.
talk to it, right? Young people learning how to talk to adults. So, I mean, I think again, none of this it comes to isn't a surprise to our listeners, but we definitely have to put corners on it because it does affect playing time
Playing, how
on the
you play,
court.
how you learn plays, how
Yeah,
you learn to listen to coaches, how you make eye contact, how you adjust, because basketball is the fastest moving, make 1,000 decisions in a millisecond. It's crazy. It's not like a baseball game where you have time between pitches or football where you have 12, time. It's so fast. So
yeah,
that's where I think this affects it. They're talking about ADHD. They're talking about attention span. They're talking about gray man. All the phone thing is affecting that. And anything we can do to do that, get them to play more. That's the only maybe good thing about some of the playing stuff is when they're actually playing, they're not on their phones.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Go
So
play
that, yeah,
7 games today. At least you're not on your
yeah.
phone for 7 hours. But anyway,
Yeah.
your knees might be shot by the time you're 25, but yeah,
Right, but you won't have reduced gray matter.
there you go. All right. Anything in closing, coach?
Yeah, no, do what you can, coaches. We know we all know we're limited in what we can do and, police the phones. There's little things that you can do. And I like your idea of just maybe some mental quiet time to start. I used to do that too, and it just reminded me maybe I should go back doing that again for my younger kids, right? They giggle and they laughed at first, but I think in the end, they all appreciate it and even asked for it. So it's just good transition time. All right. Yep, that's it, coach. And remember, go check out aihoopscoach.com. Join that webinar. We're going to educate you on the future of game analysis. So AI
And
Hoops
AI.
Coach.
Yep. All
Okay.
right. Till next week. Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Make sure you subscribe, like, jump up and down, like I say. Tell your friends. That would be a good thing. Yeah. Share this on social media. And then also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Have a great day.